I've learned a lesson, and I don't know how this came to me. This came to me on a day when I think about something that my wife had done for me because I wasn't man enough to do it. And I say it like that, Roger. Um, this is for the one who says it ain't my fault, or the reason we ain't, or the reason that we ain't speaking is because what he or she said or what he or she did. That's the reason why I ain't talking to him right now. This is for the sibling who has decided to never speak to their brother or sister again because their siblings won't apologize. This is for the one who says, I don't talk to my parents or deal with my parents because my parents hurt me so bad that I just can't get over it. And it'll be all right if, when your spouse comes around, but it's taking a little longer than normal. So instead of you saying something, you decide to just sit there and say, you know what? I'm just going to let them work it out themselves.
My God.
Uh, my dad spoke on procrastination a few days ago. He was talking about putting off stuff for a day that never, ever comes. A lot of us are so self-centered. Roger Dixon, if we see a benefit for us, it's in those moments when we say, nope, move out the way, me first, you know.
Hmm.
But in every other circumstance, Uncle Bicky, we have a you go first mentality. You let me know how that works out. I want y'all to stick with
Hmm.
me, okay? Because I know this is somebody gonna choke on this morning, but it ain't gonna kill you. In Matthew chapter 5, I think it's verses 23, 24, Jesus said, therefore, if you bring your gift to the altar, and when you get there, you remember that your brother has something against you, not you against your brother. First be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift. I want to say that again to somebody.
Come on.
So, someone who's praying a prayer and you're wondering why the Lord ain't answered or appears to be hearing. Says, if you bring your gift to the altar, someone who's saying, "Man, I'm singing for the Lord, but don't see nothing coming out of it. I've been praying and preaching a long time. I don't see no results of it." It says, if you bring your gift, when you bring your gift to the altar, and you remember that your brother has something against you, first be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift. I think about Jesus there, Benny Murphy. He did something that many of us don't or can't naturally do. The word says that while we were still sinners, he laid down his life for our forgiveness. In other words, Belinda Mason, he went first. He says, I'll go first. I'll go first. Me first. But when it comes to forgiveness, we need to make the first move.
My God.
When a stalemate occurs and nobody is willing to make the first move to reconciliation, we have to take the first step to be reconciled to the person that we're having friction with. Again, I say it again, Jesus said it, y'all. So this ain't Brown talking. He says, if we come to the altar to offer up our prayers and gifts to the Father, and it comes to mind that someone has something against us, we should stop Benny Murph. We should leave our gift laying there at the altar, and we should first make every effort to get things right with that person. Now, let me tell you something.
My God.
Not everybody is going to be accepting to you trying to make things right. Hmm. But I want you to understand it. If we don't do that, right? He says if we do that, that's only then is when God's ear is going to open up to us. So somebody's wondering this morning, man, why does it seem like the Lord isn't hearing that tear-filled prayer of mine? Hmm. Maybe I just gave you the reason this morning. Listen, I want y'all to hear me. Whatever grudge, whatever resentment, whatever whatever anger that lies between you and another person, I want you to see it this way this morning.
My
The
Lord.
same thing is the same thing is laying between you and God. So somebody's feet should be rushing to be the first one to forgive. Even if
Hmm.
that person isn't ready for reconciliation, you should be able to return to the altar with a clear conscience and a clean heart. So someone saying, but Brown, how do I do this? Knock on their door. If you can't knock on their door, make a phone call. All y'all got phones. If you ain't got the guts to open up your mouth, send a text message or an email or write a letter for those of you that know how to still write letters. Mm. Apologize, even though you know that it wasn't you that started it. Shake a hand, even though you know that they don't want to shake your hand. Shed some tears with them, and be willing to fight for reconciliation. Let your mindset be in this situation, me first. Amen. Listen, y'all have heard me say this before. My sister's on this call. Man, we've grown up together. There have been times where the only person outside the ones I'm in the house with that I've spoken to is my sister. We had a situation happen in our family where someone was allowed to come in and create friction between us. I was angry. I was absolutely angry. And I allowed years to go by because of anger. I was mad, y'all. Not only anger, but a fear of if my sister would respond in the wrong way, what was I going to do? I was afraid that if she responded wrong, that it was going to take me over the edge. Because despite the fact that I wasn't talking to her, the thing that was holding me together to keep from doing some of the things that my heart really wanted to do was my love for my sister.
Yeah.
That's what it, but you know what though? I wasn't man enough to be the first one when things didn't go right the first time I tried to reach out to her to follow up, to follow up. And so my wife stepped out, set up a meeting without me even knowing. And what kept me and my sister from speaking for a couple of years or so was hashed out in a matter of 10 or 15 minutes. 10 or 15 minutes. So what I want to just remind someone this morning is we call ourselves Christians. We say that we're followers of Christ. But Jesus had a me first mentality and mindset. So today I want you to consider this. What loved one have I not spoken to? What acts do I have to bury? Do I have an olive branch left to offer? And instead of waiting on them to apologize for what they probably did, I'm going to say, you know what? Me first. Amen. Or somebody I did wrong, but I did them wrong because I think they deserve to be done wrong. Or you know what? My pride or my fear won't allow me to go and apologize when I knew I was wrong because I'm so used to just things working out on their own. But Lord, I'm wondering why this prayer of mine you won't answer. Maybe he'll open his ear to your cry if you simply say, me first. Me first.